Hello, everybody. Talk Football Life is back, and I'm back with the crew. But today, you guys probably noticed that we have an ABCD crew. DJ Roi is back. Welcome back, DJ Roi, the Chelsea fan. How you guys doing?
Great.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is for this weekend. This is Arsenal Chelsea happening this weekend. You guys know about the London rivalry. We're going to have it this weekend. These two guys below, they are below Arsenal on the table. Arsenal is ahead. So if you look at this quadrant, you definitely see the Arsenal boys on top. I see the Chelsea boys below. That's where we want to have it for today. But anyway, jokes aside, please, our followers, our fans, our friends, family, everybody, continue to like, share, and subscribe. And please tell your friends to to join the network and to subscribe as well. Today we're going to be talking about the game coming up this weekend. That is the Arsenal Chelsea game. Well, I was going to say something, but I'll let everybody get in. Hayo, Charles, Bola, welcome again. Are you guys ready to have that debate?
Yes, we are.
Let's go.
We're here for it. Let's go.
Awesome. Let's kick this off. So, Charles, tell me, what is your expectation coming to the Emirates this weekend? Top four?
Top four is we're already in the top four, and we expect to
Okay.
stay in the top four. I really hope so. You guys don't like when I say this, but this is one of those games where anything can happen. What I want to happen, what I think will happen, they are all revolving around each other. But I think anything can happen. Like I said, I don't know.
Be serious, I beg. Be serious.
No, I'm actually very serious. I really think anything can happen. I don't know what to expect.
What does anything can happen mean?
I'll get there. Hold on. So I don't know what to expect.
Okay.
But, and I know Arsenal, they are above us on the table, like you guys mentioned. But Arsenal have not been playing at their best recently in the Premier League. I mean, Champions League, they scored all their goals for the rest of the year in the Champions League. So I don't know.
Is it eight, right? 8 goals.
Well, we have more bullets in the game.
Just a side note, I think in the Premier League, Arsenal have been a little vulnerable. Look at their past results. There was a period when Arsenal used to be vulnerable up front, like they're not scoring enough goals, but their defense has always been solid. Now it seems like they're kind of vulnerable on both sides. I mean, when they lost to West Ham, I was a little bit surprised, and I think they are not as solid. The Gabriel Saliba connection is not as solid. Why are you making that face? I just mentioned you lost to West Ham. That was very recent. You consider the goal. The point I'm trying to make is this Gabriel Saliba connection. I don't think it's as solid as it was last season or 2 seasons ago. I think if a team really pressures them, they can, because the team can score goals. Now, going forward, we've said it over and over again. Biodo doesn't like hearing it. Just like Chelsea, Arsenal has a striker problem. They don't really have a striker. Now, unlike Chelsea, Arsenal has other options to score. So I expect them to score. And also because Chelsea's defense is not as good right now. But they are not as potent up front as they were last season. Or at this point in time, they've not been as potent in the past couple of games. So, except for in Champions League. I'm talking about Premier League now. So, on that note, I think it depends on the Chelsea that shows up. Now, of course, we talk about Arsenal's injuries. Saka is out, the main man. Havertz is out. These are key players. So, it plays a part. I'm not saying Arsenal being vulnerable in front or at the back is really something that is surprising because they have injuries, so it's bound to happen at some point. But Arsenal is still Arsenal. They are still in second place, so I have to give them the respect. They are playing at home. They are trying to catch Liverpool. I don't think they can anymore, but at least they're trying to secure their second spot. So they have reasons to play their hearts out. Chelsea, on the other hand, we also have reasons to play our hearts out, but we don't really have the personnel for it. Defense is weak. Attack, we don't have Nicholas Jackson, and we're still figuring out who's going to be the goal scorer up front. Cole Palmer is a shadow of himself. So, in summary, Chelsea has more problems than Arsenal. Maybe that's why we're lower on the table. But both teams have something to play for. Chelsea, on the other hand, need to win to secure European spots. Newcastle, City, they're chasing them. So, both teams have something to play for, and that's why I can't tell you what I'm expecting. But because I'm a fan, I'm wearing the blue shirts. I'll predict a Chelsea win. I don't think it's impossible. And I'll stand on it.
That's your submission.
For now.
Thank you very much. I need you to respond. I have some responses, but I have a feeling
let me
I have a
respond.
feeling you can do it. Reply this
I'll
guy.
just let you know that foundation you're standing on is going to fall, and I'll start with why. First of all, you said our defense seems susceptible, right? So I'll
Seems
just
what?
give you some stat. Seems
Hold on.
You are
susceptible.
walking in the spirit.
You
That's
said we're
exactly
not
what I'm looking
vulnerable
for.
in the back.
I said in the
Hey,
past couple of
Charles,
games.
keep quiet.
Yeah, so let me.
Charles.
I know, and I'm
Charles.
going to give you the numbers. I will respond to you with numbers.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Charles.
in the last 5 games, the team has conceded 3 goals. Those 3 goals, 3 goals in the last 5. Those goals came when we considered only 1 goal in each of those games. So less than a goal on average per game in the last 5 games recently.
Yeah.
Arsenal has the best defense in the league, 24 goals conceded.
24 goals in
the next best is Liverpool at 27. So both over the season and even more recently, the defense is still there. They haven't been at their best.
That's what I'm saying.
Could be better. It could be better. It could all have been 5 clean sheets, but it's still 2 clean sheets.
So you agreeing with me?
No.
How am I agreeing with you?
No, the point I'm making is
Arsenal's
defense has not been at its best. That's the only point I'm making. I mentioned
you said they're susceptible. I believe those were your exact words.
You started with vulnerable, susceptible.
Yeah, I said they're vulnerable.
Charles.
But okay, guys, hear me out. Arsenal's defense has not been at its best. Is the point I'm trying to make. And I mentioned West Ham beat you guys 1-0. West Ham could have scored 1 goal, and then going forward, you guys could have scored 3.
Right.
Your defense is weaker, so you consider the goal. And then your attack is weaker, you didn't score. And that's just one game, and this is an example. It's a London derby. This is a London derby. That's why I'm using that game as an example. So the point I'm trying to make is Arsenal defense is not as strong as it's expected to be.
And I'm letting you know that what you see doesn't match up with what the numbers tell us. The numbers tell us we've only considered 3. What?
You agreed with me that the defense can be better.
Of course, we can always be better. We can always be 5 clean sheets.
Nobody agrees with you.
That's the level we're attaining to. The level is we want clean sheets every single game. But maybe we'll concede occasionally here and there.
And stop sharing our standards with them. They like to steal everything. You remember?
That's true.
Whether it's what it or not. Modric is dealing with drugs issues right now, but
that's true.
What does that got to do with this?
I'm just saying, hijack deals and all that.
All right, Biodu, what do you have to say? I mean, not Biodu.
No, I have to go to Bola.
Yeah,
Let me go to DJ Roi. What's your expectation this weekend? How do you see this game going? What do you think Chelsea can get out of Emirates this Sunday?
First thing, what time is the game?
In the morning. It's going to be early morning for folks in the US. So I think it's around like 9:30.
Is it the first game?
The first game on Sunday.
Time, yeah.
Yeah,
like that 6:30 a.m. game.
No, it's
not
a Sunday game. The Sunday game is 8:30.
You don't get shot.
It's a Sunday game, right?
Sunday game 8:30 a.m.
You have to go to church.
So technically, those games for Chelsea historically don't go well.
Oh,
those are derbies. Will you say something, Aya?
Okay. No, you go ahead, Charles.
Those derbies, right, that we play in the early morning or whatever, don't go well. So already, that's already, I guess, on my way. But if I am to argue for Chelsea, right? If I'm to argue for Chelsea, I think both teams right now, number one, are struggling with goals. Forget the CL. You guys played what? PS? Is it what team did you guys play? Don't worry. Man. Come on. Okay, how many goals have you scored against the Premier League in the last 5 games?
Okay, against the Premier
League. You want those numbers? I can give you the numbers.
No. You don't need to give me the numbers, but it's not up to 7. It's not.
We scored 8 in the last 5.
Was 5-1. Okay, listen, bro. Man City will be 5-1.
2-0 against Leicester.
They suffer the highest defeat from us this season.
Oh yeah, take out the Man City game.
Man City. Apart from Chelsea, everybody has been whooping Man City. So it's like
it's expected.
So let's remove Man City. Man City is an anomaly.
Okay,
Man City don't play low block like those other teams.
Crystal Palace will open.
Let me tell you guys something.
But anyway,
Arsenal and Chelsea have scored the same number of goals in the last 5 games.
Forest in the first leg.
We've both scored 8. So if we're struggling in attack, if you are trying to make the point that we're struggling in attack, you're also struggling in attack.
No, we're both
struggling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're both struggling.
You know the funniest thing?
Wait.
No, Chelsea like to talk about strikers, right? Chelsea with striker, right? Because when you talk about, you need to put context there. But Charles, I know you very well.
But you didn't like
hold on. Let me say something. Then
let me hear what he wants to say.
See, Charles like to have an argument that favors him, right? Hiding the fact and hiding the data.
Don't we all?
You talked about Arsenal not having a striker, and you try to add Chelsea to it like having a striker issue. No, it's different. You have someone in that position that is not delivering as you want the person, right? So that's fine. So let's get that out of the way. We don't have a recognized. Don't distract me. We don't have a recognized striker. It's a different striker issue. You understand what I'm saying? We're playing someone in that role that is naturally not the person's role. So that's different. You have someone that is not delivering. That's your problem. You spent your money on him.
Wait.
Do you not have Jackson? Is Jackson not a striker?
Okay, hold on. Can I reply? Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead, DJ Roi.
Let's respond so that people can hear us. Okay.
Yeah.
You said the only striker that we have that we legitimately have is injured, Nico. So the argument about we have strikers and you don't have striker, it's false.
What is Magui?
Right? Magui is injured right now. He's been injured. Nkuku is not a striker.
Nkuku is not a striker.
Okay, but you have a striker in Nico Jackson.
But he's been injured. Don't you understand?
Bola, he just got injured.
He's been injured for over 2 years.
You're talking as if he's been injured the entire season.
No, but
Biodun, just wait, Biodun. Let's state fact because I know you like to blur things with arguments. He's been injured even before he decided to go treat his injury. He's been injured. He's been playing with injury.
Really? Okay.
That's why he's been out of form. Not a lot of people know that. But anyway,
I don't care.
But okay. Well, let me. My point. I've not made my point. I've not made my point. Biodun, you're interrupting me. You're interrupting me, Biodun. I've not made my point. I brought up striker because both teams legitimately we are struggling with strikers. Let's agree.
No, you are struggling with striker. We've had striker issue.
Okay, fine. Your makeshift striker, Merino and who? Is this Zinchenko? Okay, fine. You have striker. Okay. Now where the battle will be won?
You named him a striker.
Wait, Joe. Where the battle will be won is the midfield, right?
I agree.
And we know that Caicedo can bottle Odegaard.
No.
Yes.
Caicedo will Caicedo will no. Do not try to color that guy as a brilliant.
Are you going to let me talk? Are you going to let me talk? Let me talk, and then you can.
Let
DJ Roi land, and then you.
No, hey, look. You know I'm telling the truth. That's why you're arguing. Caicedo will bottle Odegaard. The last few games we've played, you guys, Odegaard has not been effective. I know Ayo is a stats guy. You can go and look up the stats. So to me, whoever wins that battle, the midfield battle, will win the game. The wings are the wings. Neto, you guys would have to figure out how to deal with Neto because that guy is a disruptor. And I like the way Enzo is playing him right now. To me, I would have preferred he plays Cole Palmer on the right wing, bring Neto to the middle, and play whoever on the left. Sancho, I don't want to see Sancho in this game. So because he's too slow. He's going to slow the game down. But anyway, whoever wins the midfield battle is going to win the game. And I cannot predict a draw in this game because you guys can't score, we can't score. I think it's going to end up a draw. That's my conclusion. Now you can.
I like that.
Okay, let me just give you the stats. I just want to give you the stats real quick. Caicedo has been absolutely amazing this season, no doubt. Just looking from the naked eye, right? Odegaard has been crap this season. The numbers also say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he has up to 5 goals this season yet. Probably few assists. He's had injuries. Last season, the fact is we beat you guys 5-0. That was the game before last. And Odegaard has 2 assists in that game. Okay, over to you, Bill. Go ahead.
All right. So one thing I will say about Caicedo, he has also been lucky. because there were so many red card situations that, and you know the truth. You might want to disagree. Let me land my point. See,
no, I'm disagreeing.
My case, I'll pass it on to you, Charles. I'll pass it on to you. That's fine. He's had an excellent season. The Caicedo that I first saw at Brighton, and I think I told Ayo 2 or 3 seasons ago, like, hey, we should go after that guy. To me, that was a better version that I think if he had landed in a different team, I mean, Chelsea could have. But I just felt like I do not appreciate what has changed about his game. Him trying to make some silly tackles and pretending like, oh, that's normal. I don't like that. I don't think that will last. And I see it's fine. This is no bias. This is no jealousy. If it was playing for my team, I would say the same thing. I like players to be neat and be clean and to be respectful of the opponent, right? He does things that, he could land players in injuries, and he gets away with those silly fouls. It's the same thing when Casemiro was in La Liga, right? He came here the first season, you guys remember? He was surprised that they were giving him red card because he would do that. He would smile at the referee and he would get away with it. He came here, he smiled at the referee. They're like, I don't know you. Like, get out of here. So then the guy mellowed down. He still does it today. Like, all those silly taps. So it's fine. Caicedo, I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that we'll have a very fair referee that will do the right thing in that game.
You should have named the referee by now, right?
If the right decisions are, were taken that day, honestly, if you play the way he has been playing, I guarantee you that guy is going to be red carded. That's number one on Caicedo. But if he had a very good game, yes, you need somebody like that to stop the flow, because Arsenal might not be prolific in that box 18, but that free flow, if they could play that way, you need a solid midfield to stop that flow. And I'm very, very serious about that. I don't know the form Partey is. He was rested today. I think he will be back. I think he should have a good game. If not, even Jorginho played very well. So I wouldn't even mind Jorginho playing that role. It's funny that the 3 players we had in the midfield in the Champions League game, honestly, they really played well, except that they didn't have the energy to last 70, 75 minutes. So Odegaard brings that energy. He's going to press. The problem with Odegaard is, like I said, he's not been excellent excellent is so far. He's not been great this season. And I don't like the fact that he's not shooting. And I've been calling that out for years. He needs to shoot. Every time looking and turning to your left and always passes is good. We don't have a striker. Who are you passing the ball to? Saka has been missing. The only player that knows him well, that he knows well as well, is Saka. And when he gives those balls to Saka, Saka can do things with it. Iwaneri is young, he's learning, he's not used to that. He's trying to understand how Odegaard plays. If you notice, he will do all those stuff, then he will make the ball. There's nobody to finish those passes. That's the problem that Arsenal is facing. And I think
we have no striker.
Who is the striker, Merino?
Because you have no striker that's going to attack the ball.
We have midfielders that we have to play that role. It's different.
We had strikers earlier.
I don't know if you watch Merino.
Even when he had,
he's actually struggling. He's actually struggling because, see, there's a way you play as a striker. Is the communication, is the instinct. It's different, bro. I'm telling you, it takes a while for you to shift your mind as a midfielder to playing as a striker. Every time, Havertz, when he first landed in Arsenal, he will still make some passes. The killer instinct is not there.
No, please. Kai Havertz is a special case. He played striker at Chelsea. By the time he got to Arsenal, you should not be having that kind of problem he was having.
When you are trained in a certain way, it takes a while for you to unlearn and do things different. That's the point I'm going to. But I want to go to Charles and But I agree with you, Bola. That midfield will determine a lot because we are both strikerless. You understand what I'm saying? So it comes down to the chances created and who is going to finish the chances. I still feel like you have players that can finish better than Arsenal. That's
before
Andy Madley is the referee, by the way.
It's Chris Kavanagh. Chris Kavanagh, dude. It's Chris Kavanagh, man.
Y'all sort that out while I respond to Biodo.
Chris Kavanagh and
Chris
Kavanagh. Charles, with Chris Kavanagh. With Chris Kavanagh. Caicedo needs to be careful. I agree.
I have a question for Biodo. The problem of Odegaard shooting or not shooting, is that a this season problem, or you say you've been calling out for years?
No, it's been since he came to Arsenal. Like we noticed that. Since he came to Arsenal.
Agree with him?
He actually had an interview that he said it 2 seasons ago. He said, the feedback that he had to better his game is to shoot. So what has he done the last 2 years? He hasn't worked on the feedback.
His game, maybe to shoot better or so.
Shoot more. You see how Bruno Fernandes plays?
To shoot more. I mean, you can even see even the goal that Zinchenko scored today, right? Zinchenko was playing in his position. Odegaard wouldn't have taken that.
Odegaard would not take it.
Charles knows my stand on shooting.
Yeah.
Funny thing is,
you gotta take shots.
I actually think
take shots.
and I know you guys are going to argue it. I think maybe you shouldn't argue it because you guys are kind of saying it. So Odegaard doesn't shoot enough, but he does know how to shoot, right?
No, actually, I think he's weak. So he has two problems, and I'll tell you and go check. I'm not hating on him. I'm telling you the fact. His accuracy is poor, like really terrible. And I think that's why he's always afraid to shoot. If you don't shoot more, listen, if you don't shoot more, you will not improve the accuracy. Go watch. The ball, like, is really on target. So when he shoots like 5, maybe 1 or 2 is on target.
In the last 2 or 3 games, he has started shooting more, though. I noticed that. After the PSV game and against Man U, he actually tried to take shots, which... In the 5 games
before that, against Man U, was it the back?
Is it by choice? It's by force now because
very terrible shot.
It's because there is no striker to convert.
Leave them.
You haven't had striker for like 2 months.
Exactly the point I'm saying. If he had a striker, you will not see the gap clearly because all his chances, he will just be a king of assists.
He will be.
If he had a solid striker, people will not talk about him shooting. He will be like the guy will be recognized as number 1 king.
He's like Ozil. He has the Ozil type of
I'm a big fan of Odegaard, as you guys know. He's my favorite Arsenal player, and I've seen him take some very good shots. But I don't watch him.
How many has he scored from it?
I'm sorry.
How many has he scored from it?
He scored some. I don't know. I don't have the numbers offhand, but he scored some goals through a shot. So I think I agree with you. He could shoot more because Bruno shoots more often. So I think that's a good comparison. He could shoot more, but I don't know if I agree with you on the accuracy part. But like I said, you guys watch him more, so I'm never going to argue with.
You also know that he's very left-footed. And
he's.
Notice that I said very.
And that left foot is very, very dangerous.
Very, very left-footed. If it's not quick and skillful, it's easy to figure out.
Okay, enough about Odegaard. When it comes to the midfield, which is where we all agree the battle will be won, newsflash, Caicedo may not be playing in the midfield against Arsenal. Reece James is playing in the midfield. Reece James was rested in the last game.
So Caicedo is going to be on the bench?
He's probably going to play on the right wing, the right back.
But he's going to invert. He's going to invert and match up with Odegaard.
Fofana is back. Fofana played at right back in the last game.
I know. So hear me out.
Yeah.
The game before that, it was Caicedo inverting from the right with Reece in the midfield. You understand? The last game we played against Leicester, Caicedo was on the yellow. Reece was benched. He was rested, quote unquote. Rumor has it, it's a rumor. It's not guaranteed, but the rumor has it, Reece is going to come back against us now in the midfield. Now, whether Fofana starts on the right or Fofana stays centre back with Tosin or Colwill, we shall see. But rumor has it, Reece is actually going to play in the midfield along with Enzo. Or maybe he's going to be with Caicedo, we shall see. But these are all possibilities. So I'm trying to go back to the point of the game.
I don't like it, by the way. I don't like it. But if that's what Enzo brings out, Arsenal is going to have a field day.
Which part don't you like?
Bola.
I think Reece should stay in his right way, in play his natural position on the right. And keep the midfield. Don't tweak the midfield. When you start tweaking the midfield, you have a problem.
No, but you watch the game that Reece played in midfield.
Who did you play against? I
watched
before,
it. Right. I think it was a Southampton game, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly. That's all right.
Yeah. But the point I'm trying to, like you said, the coach will figure it out. But I think if Reece plays in the midfield, it takes away from the stupid tackles that Caicedo makes. And I think that's a plus for us. Because Reece is smarter with his tackles.
So Caicedo, you move Caicedo to right back or left back, is that what you're saying?
Right back and plays inverted. Now, you said something about Caicedo, Biodo, just to finish up on Caicedo's point. You said something about Caicedo was good some years ago. You saw him and you'd have loved him at Arsenal.
No, it was still raw. Like, he was very raw. Even today, to me, I still tell you, he has room to improve. He's still raw. He's still very young.
Okay. So I actually think Caicedo he can become the best midfielder in the world at some point.
Anybody can. Yeah.
No, you know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I see
the potential. He's not my player. I don't care.
I see the potential right now of him becoming the best midfielder in the world. The whole tackle
I saw 2 years ago. You know, we wanted him. We tried to bid for him. He didn't come.
I know, but what I'm saying is what I see. The tackles issue.
It looks like you're pained by that.
But those can be fixed. I said as something that what I'm trying to say is Caicedo can be the next Kante. That's what I see in it.
Okay, no, now you're going too far. Okay, all right, you're going too far.
Let's leave Caicedo alone. The other players. Let's the other matchups.
DJ Roi, I don't know if you heard about it. So Maresca said something. Maresca said something, I think, this week. He said the first time when he joined Chelsea, the first time he saw Reece in training, he saw a midfielder.
Yeah, he
said he saw a
midfielder.
Yeah. So don't be surprised if he's putting him. Another thing I liked about Maresca that I saw in the first leg. So the first leg of the Arsenal Chelsea game, if you guys remembered, I think we actually had that conversation here. I don't think you were there, DJ Roi. Maresca is a very practical coach. That game, remember when we were discussing who was going to play on the right back for Martinelli? That was when Martinelli was still in a very good form this season, right? You know what he did? That was when Reece James just came back from injury, and he did not start Reece James because he knew that Martinelli could cause that hamstring issue or muscle issue to come back again.
Yes.
And since that day, I'm like, this guy, like, is really, really like, practical. You understand what I'm saying? Like, on a good day, you want to play Reece, but he figured like, okay, the runs by then, he tried to tire Martinelli with, was it Gusto? So he played Gusto and Cucurella. Then after a while, he brought in Reece James. The reason I'm saying that is I see him making those kind of decisions again this game, especially if he's looking at top 4 and he doesn't want to lose the game. So he's going to think of who is going to play on the wings. Martinelli is not out hot right now. He might not be too worried, but we might have either Martinelli, Trossard. I don't know how Arteta is thinking of setting up. Maybe he's going to still use.
Do you think Martinelli starts that game? I don't think Martinelli will start.
So who's going to start on the right? Nwaneri?
Nwaneri and Trossard.
Okay, so Nwaneri, honestly, I don't know if he has the heart to go there toe-to-toe with Cucurella. That's the problem. Yeah, so, I mean, you guys have advantage. To be honest, you have an advantage because Saka with Cucurella, that's a better match.
Yeah.
Nwaneri is young, is skillful. Cucurella is a bully. So Cucurella is going to try to bully the boy.
Yeah.
He needs to be very, very smart to play against Cucurella. He needs to be able to cut in and cut out.
So why don't you start Martinelli then for that experience?
No, Martinelli on the left.
Martinelli is not fully fit yet.
You get what I mean?
Martinelli is not fully fit yet.
No, I'm even saying I don't know. If he starts Martinelli, then maybe he's trying to play Trossard in the middle. But if he doesn't do that, then he will start Trossard. He'll start Trossard on the left, play Merino in the middle, play Nwaneri on the right. Obviously, definitely, Sterling's going to. I don't even want to see him. So Sterling's not going to play.
Sterling played what to do.
No.
Sterling's best game for Arsenal.
No pressure.
He actually recorded his first assist, right?
Oh, wow.
He had 2 assists. No, it wasn't his first assist. We had 2 assists today.
Oh, okay, I didn't know he had an assist before today. But
anyway, look at the circumstances.
I think in the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
So let me ask you guys a question real quick. I know we're kind of wrapping up.
Yeah, I'd like to take predictions and let's wrap up.
Yeah, before we do predictions, just as you give me your prediction. Which matchup are you looking forward to the most? Ayo, can start from you. Just mention who and who will move and your prediction. Move on.
Martin. So I think the one where it's balanced and it will be exciting is whoever Martinelli comes on against, whether it's Cucurella or whether it's Reece James or Fofana or Caicedo. I think that matchup will be very interesting either way. I think almost in every other area, Arsenal dominates you. Where we've been susceptible recently is on the counter-attacks. We need to be a little bit smarter there. But
what's your
the
prediction?
matchups in defense on the wings, your fullbacks, I will say, are a bit stronger than the wingers that we have available at the moment. Okay. So that's where it will be interesting. And I think Trossard will try. He'll probably be dominated. We probably won't get a lot of openings there. Same thing with him on one area on the other side. I hope he surprises me, but I think the 17-year-old body, it's taking a toll on him starting so many games. So you'll notice I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's been subbed up, early in the last 2 or 3 games. It's a lot for him. I understand it, but hopefully his quality shines through in that game.
Okay.
But everywhere else, Odegaard, yes, Caicedo will try, but Odegaard will control the midfield. Rice will control the midfield. Partey will control the midfield. So I expect us to dominate that midfield.
DJ Roi.
Okay. What's your prediction?
Wait, did you come to this Partey?
No, he's been excellent this season. Bola,
have you watched Partey?
Sentiments aside, Bola, do you actually know that
not versus Chelsea? I agree, but not versus Chelsea.
Okay, so you watch the game on Sunday and then you will see. I will message
because
you
I saw the first
you.
leg and I know what I saw. Partey is not going to be effective against us. Trust me.
Okay.
Anyway, what's your prediction?
Keep going. I already gave you my prediction yesterday, but I'll repeat it here again today. 3-1.
Okay.
3-1.
3-1 Arsenal. Okay, Biodu. Favorite matchup?
Why did you come to me? Why didn't you go to Bola?
I'm going through the ABC crew. ABCD.
No. So you want to take
all Arsenal, Chelsea. Arsenal, Chelsea.
All right, I'll take it. If you insist, I'll take it. Just like you said about whoever Martinelli faces, mine is whoever Cucurella faces. Whoever Cucurella faces, I'm looking forward to that matchup. And so, Roy, sorry to go on the left on this, but I actually agree with Ayo. Rice in that midfield is debatably the strongest candidate because Odegaard is dropped off in form, and Partey is unpredictable. We don't know which Partey will show up. But Rice has been...
We know from the first 15 minutes. Do we know?
Yeah, Rice has been the most consistent midfield player for Arsenal this season, and I expect him to stand out against us.
And he's actually on form at the moment.
Yes, and he's on form.
Both defensively and offensively. He's fully fit.
I'm not saying that means they're going to win the game, but I think Rice is one to watch in that midfield. So I agree with Ayo a little bit on that. But my prediction is, I said earlier that I said Chelsea would win, but I was just joking. That's what I want. But I'm predicting a draw. For it.
Scores.
It could even be goalless. They both don't have strikers, so they may not score. Except Cucurella post magic again. But yeah.
Arsenal will score in that game. I can guarantee it.
What goes next?
Just saying. Biodo.
Who goes next? Okay.
You.
That's a tough one for me to think about, but I actually think it's the matchup that I'm looking for is Luis Kelly against whoever plays on that side, whether it's Neto or Enzo Fernandez. And I'm worried about that. Because I think our setup, to be honest, is going to be Timber and Luis Kelly. Gabriel and Saliba in the middle. I am confident with Timber that it will give whoever comes on that side some, run for their money. And after a while, we can sub Timber and bring in White. White just came back, is not fully fit. So we should not start White. We should start Timber. And I think Timber will be able to match up with whoever, winger you play on that side. But for Luis Kelly, who is coming up, who is young, who is confident, that stupid mistake he had against West Ham, you can't just do that in this big game. You cannot lose ball. So I hope he doesn't do that. I know there will be a trap. If I were Maresca, I would be thinking of a player to target, just like Newcastle targeted the defense. I actually have a feeling that Maresca will want to go with that template and target the defense and put a lot of pressure on Luis Kelly. Calafiori should not start. I'm still okay with Luis Kelly. Calafiori, he has the height. He should be the one starting, but I think this is his first season and he's still learning. So Luis Kelly, I'm worried for him, whether it's going to be Neto or it's going to be, Enzo Fernandez.
Or Sancho.
I don't like predicting, so I'll stay away from that, but I hope we'll win. We might not have anything to play for, but that pride, I cannot afford to lose. Bola.
What do you mean you might not have anything to play for?
Come on, man. The league is over. The league is over.
Second place to play for.
Champions League spots, definitely. That's what you have to keep. Yeah.
And pride. I believe you play for that too. But for me, I think it's Fofana. And I think Fofana might need to
relax now. That's Bola. That's DJ's boy, DJ Roy's boy.
I know we don't have a striker. Fofana should be okay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you guys are predicting. You're predicting Trossard, Merino, and who else? Wanere, right? Speed. All I'm hearing there is speed, right? Fofana is gonna need to really pick his man and do his job. I think it might be Rice eventually because I think Arteta is gonna play him further up. Just because
that's how he's been playing. It presses.
So for me, I want to see who Fofana kind of matches up against, and I think that's going to be key in disrupting that our defensive line, our shaky defensive line. For me, Fofana is our best CB. The only thing that has been the issue for him now is injury. He's our best CB. He keeps that defense stable. But so that's the matchup I'm looking forward to. Apart from Caicedo breaking Odegaard's leg.
It should not break Odegaard's leg. Like this is already over. You want to make it worse.
I rather it breaks Rice's leg. I beg.
Your prediction.
No. Prediction. Again, like you, Beard, I don't like doing prediction, but I'll do a prediction today.
Okay.
Chelsea is vulnerable. We always give up at least one goal, so I'm gonna predict 1-1.
Okay, fair enough.
Biodo, do you think it's fair that we all predicted and you did not predict?
This guy,
he's not trying to.
Your first slide, you're a 419.
To eat his own words.
Your first slide, you're a 419. You're a scammer. I get all the tricks. I know
it was the question. You didn't answer my question. I'm saying, do you think it's fair?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good to see you again, DJ Roi. It was great to have you. The ABCDQ.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, friends, followers. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe.
Go to church. Don't sit back. Watch the replay. Go to church. Pray for Chelsea.
Yeah. I know Bola is going to be in church praying his
entire life. So that means
but it's going to be a great Sunday. Put God first. Chelsea second. So we'll see you again.
See you guys.